Ruben Amorim has to go. Ruben Amorim, you're done at this football club, okay? And to be honest with you, I'm surprised that I did not clock on sooner. But before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe. 68.9% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so please make sure to smash the subscribe button. But anyway, Ruben Amorim. After the Man City game, I haven't seen those quotes, by the way, because I just wasn't on like Twitter that much after that game. I just uploaded the YouTube video, etc. But yeah, that's beside the point. Ruben Amorim, after the game, said he won't change his style of play, okay, which is already a bit worrying. And then he questioned the team's mentality, the players' mentality. Keep in mind, those are his players. Those are his players. He got rid of all the players he wanted to get rid of except for Tara Malacia, and he got everyone that he wanted to get in except for a midfielder in Baleba. And the thing is, one midfielder should not be like the difference. We should not be making the difference of you being in relegation form and you being in a top four charge, okay? Because that's the aim for this season, a top four charge, because the quality of the players that we have is good enough for top four, okay? Only 5 players remain from Solskjaer days as well. So it's not like the players that got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sacked. It's not the players that got Jose Mourinho sacked, and it's not really the players that got majority of the players that got Ten Hag sacked. Because let's be honest, Ten Hag was practically sacked the season before he actually joined. He was just given a bit of extended time. Now, the 5 players I'm talking about that were here from Solskjaer days, I'm not going to extend it all the way to Mourinho. That's too far. The 5 players that remain from the Solskjaer days are Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot, and Amad Diallo. Now, keep in mind, I said 5 players from the players that got Solskjaer sacked, yeah? Those 5 players, Luke Shaw, Solskjaer relied on him. Harry Maguire, Solskjaer relied on him. Bruno Fernandes, Solskjaer relied on him. The other 2, they didn't even get minutes. They didn't even get minutes, and they don't really have relations to the English press or anything. And Diogo Dalot is one of the players that Amorim, for some reason, keeps favouring so often. Amad Diallo is one of the players that he's currently ruining. Make it make sense. Yeah, and the thing is, like, even if you look at those 5 players specifically, yeah, let's talk about them real quick. The 5 players that you could say maybe they could not be his players. They were like from the past days, Solskjaer. Some of them, 3 of them are from 2 of them are from Mourinho days in Luke Shaw and Diogo Dalot. Now, those 5 players, yeah, Amad Diallo, he is considered a crucial player in Ruben Amorim's system, but he can't make up his mind if he's a right wing back or attacking midfielder. I can't like bund this whole formation, bund this whole system, try something new. Use wingers, put Mbeumo or Ahmad on the wing, put the other guy on the bench. It's that simple. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science, okay? But anyway, Amad Diallo wasn't really a starter for Solskjaer, wasn't really a starter for Ten Hag, and now he's a crucial player for you, and somehow you're managing to ruin him despite him giving you multiple good performances. Diogo Dalot, he constantly has bad form, but the thing is, there's no reason for him to be starting. Just stick Amad Diallo at right wing back and don't put anyone else there. You could have also kept Anthony and put him at right wing back, because when you first came in, Anthony was doing well in that position, rotating well with Amad Diallo. One minute it was one of them in the 10 position, the other one in the wing back position. Next minute it switched around and switched around and switched around. You could have kept it at that. Instead, no, it has to be Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot, if he's fit, you know what? Most likely I'm going to start him, especially in the big games, because you have a very weak mentality. Ruben Amorim has a very, very weak mentality. Anytime there's a team that we have to play against that is considered a big team. By the way, Man City, as much as they consider a big team, they're a shit team. Yeah, they're currently a shit team. We could have taken the game to them. Instead, what do? You put Mazraoui at right wing back. Mazraoui, I don't think he's had one good game at right wing back so far. That guy is a right back, or in a back 3, a right centre back. That guy's not a right wing back. And even, like, let's say Diogo Dalot was fit. Trust me, Dalot is starting that game, and Dalot's not going to do any better. Yeah. Now the other 3, Bruno Fernandes, where does he do his best work? Where has he done his best work under Solskjaer and Ten Hag, and also Ruben Amorim under the first few games? His best work came creating chances, scoring goals, being somewhere around the box, near the box. What does Ruben Amorim do? He has 2 10s and 2 6s, 8s, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, a pivot. What does he do with Bruno Fernandes? He takes him as far away from the goal as possible without putting him a centre back or in goal. He puts him in the midfield pivot. He doesn't put him in a midfield 3 where maybe he has to do a little bit more defensive work than he had to under Solskjaer or Ten Hag. No, he puts him in a midfield 2 with one CDM, where basically then he cooks the CDM, whoever it is, whether it's Casemiro, whether it's Ugarte. He puts Bruno there. Bruno then, you minimize his strength, which is basically his final third play, and you maximize his weaknesses. You expose his weaknesses. his lack of defensive awareness, his lack of defensive discipline. Anything he does not make sense. Okay, and then Harry Maguire, he's not even a starter for you, so you can't even blame him. He's not even a starter for you. And also putting him on for Lenny Yoro, like, if anything, that makes it even more difficult for us to actually do anything in the game. Luke Shaw as well. Luke Shaw, okay, maybe you could say, look, if you didn't know anything, you could say, oh, Luke Shaw is calm, Lisandro Martinez is injured, Mazraoui just came back from an injury now, then Mazraoui had to play right wing back because Dalot was injured, all that stuff. That's what he's forced to use Luke Shaw. But guess what? I was saying Luke Shaw was alright this whole season, by the way. I didn't say he was anything special. I didn't say Luke Shaw was back or anything. I've seen multiple people do that, and now suddenly they're hating on Luke Shaw. For me, my issue is with Ruben Amorim, because there's two things, yeah? No, three things actually. Luke Shaw himself said Ruben Amorim knows Luke Shaw prefers left wing back. In my opinion, he would be better at left wing back, yeah? But that's not even the main issue. The main issue is the fact that Aiden Heaven is still fit. Aiden Heaven is a much better player than Luke Shaw. Aiden Heaven should be getting the minutes that Luke Shaw is getting. That is one thing, right? And also another thing is Ruben Amorim rates Luke Shaw. Ruben Amorim called Luke Shaw world class. Yeah? Like, I get, okay, maybe a manager wants to back his players, but in order to back your players, you don't have to call them world class. You don't have to go to those levels, yeah? Ruben Amorim clearly rates Luke Shaw. Me personally, I rate him as well, but definitely not as high as world class anymore. He's washed up now. For me, Luke Shaw should be the last choice centre-back, maybe just ahead of Harry Maguire. But Harry Maguire is the backup to the central centre-back. Luke Shaw is not going to be a central centre-back anyway. Genuinely, everything he does not make sense to me, okay? And also, he benches Mainu, who, in my opinion, is more suitable to play in the pivot than Bruno Fernandes. As I said multiple times, my preferred midfield is either Kobbie Mainoo with Ugarte or Kobbie Mainoo with Casemiro. Ideally, Ugarte and Mainoo, to be honest with you. Yeah, either Ugarte or Mainoo. With Ugarte or Casemiro with Mainoo. Yeah, ideally Ugarte and Mainoo, to be honest. But yeah, basically, he benches Mainoo, as I mentioned. He said, by the way, Mainoo is competing with Bruno Fernandes. And now suddenly, right before the game, he said, Kobbie Mainoo, it's a bit difficult for him to get into the team because he has many players competing that he has to compete with, including Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno. So what happened for Ugarte and Casemiro competing for one spot and Bruno and Mainoo competing for the other? You just switched up that quickly. Kobbie Mainoo has to start in the pivot alongside one of Casemiro or Ugarte. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes has no business in that position. Bruno Fernandes should be in the 10 positions. I don't care if you have, we have too many 10s now. We have Cunha, we have Mbeumo, we have Mason Mount. Bruno Fernandes can play there. He considers Xerxes as a 10 now. Like, make it make sense. If you think, okay, yeah, if I sign that many 10s, Bruno's going to play as a 8. Just keep Bruno as a 10 and sign a 6, sign an 8, something like that. Sign a Baleba. Or sell Bruno, something like that. Just do something. Now, by the way, I don't want Bruno gone anymore. I want Amorim gone. That guy has to go. He's a fraud. Yeah? And also, these are lows that we've never seen at Manchester United before under any previous managers. David Moyes never took us this far down. Ralf Rangnick never did it. Louis van Gaal never did it. Jose Mourinho never did it. Solskjaer never did it. Ten Hag never did it. Yeah? Right now, people are accepting failure. Right now, people are accepting, okay, yeah, this is a project, this is that. I don't give, like, the thing is, okay, I understand projects, but if the project is not working out, then bin the project, bin the guy, the head of the project, bin him, bring someone else in. I want results now, okay? I want results now, and if you can't give me results now, then get the hell out. You'll get, obviously, a few games here and there, but Ruben Amorim, that guy has us in relegation form right now. The only reason, by the way, we are not relegated from last season is because of the early time under Ten Hag. The points that Ten Hag got us, those are the things that kept us up. If it wasn't for Ten Hag, we would be in the championship right now, by the way. Yeah, Ruben Amorim, you're a disgrace to the badge. And, by the way, we are not calling what many fans are saying, give him time. Many fans are not saying, oh, there's a failure or anything. Keep in mind, the last 3 managers, yeah, Erik Ten Hag, we called it a failure for him not qualifying for the Champions League for 1 season, despite winning 2 trophies. He won 2 trophies, qualified for the Champions League 1 season, finished 3rd as well. But guess what? People didn't like his style of play. People could see, okay, he doesn't really have, like, how do I say this? It's clear that there's no real future there. Like, Ten Hag, by the way, I backed him to the end, and to be honest, yeah, looking back at it, that was the wrong decision. But basically, what Ten Hag did right now, what Ten Hag did in those 2 seasons, Ruben Amorim can only dream of, by the way. Jose Mourinho, we called it failure for him not winning the league against Man City, who got 100 points, where Jose Mourinho didn't even get anywhere near the backing that Ruben Amorim got. And also, Jose Mourinho, he won the Carabao Cup and he won the Europa League as well. So keep that in mind as well, by the way. And then for Solskjaer, who, by the way, for me, he was my favourite manager at Man United since Sir Alex. And basically, we called it failure for him not winning the league. I remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finishing second in the league and having that Europa League final as well. And then him apologising to the United fans for not winning the league. Him apologising to United for not winning the league. And now we have Ruben Amorim, who basically got us in relegation form. People are now championing it, saying, oh, give it time, he needs time, he needs his players. He got his players. He sold the guys they didn't want. This is a completely different team to what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had. More certainly to what Jose Mourinho had, because he got rid of Rashford, who was a problem apparently. Garnacho was a problem apparently, so he got rid of him. Anthony was not good enough apparently, he got rid of him. Jadon Sancho, okay, I'm assuming that's not more Ruben Amorim, that's more the board itself because of previous issues with under Ten Hag and Man United fans, etc. It would have been too toxic. Tara Malacia, he tried to get rid of him, but Tara Malacia, he's not a problematic person. Tara Malacia, if you don't play him at all, there's not going to be any issues. Genuinely does not make sense. Anything he does not make sense. Ruben Amorim genuinely has to go. He is the worst Man United manager since the Sir Alex days. Okay, like out of all the managers that we've hired since Sir Alex, he's by far the worst. Now, obviously, you'll talk about, okay, well, potential replacements. Me personally, I don't care about replacements. Just get me someone who can get the best out of these players. Now, obviously, I've got like a couple names here and there. There's like some two outsider shouts for me. Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna, who, by the way, I've been actually I've been watching a lot in the Championship, and they actually do a great job. But the more like bigger names would be Xavi Hernandez and Andoni Iraola. But yeah, regardless, hopefully this guy's gone. Hopefully by the Chelsea game. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and drop a like. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.